The following content includes sexual content, graphic violence, eye strain, mild screen shakes, slight torture, and death. This game is intended for 18+ audiences only. If you're under the age of 18 or have issues with the following contents that were just named, please check out some of my other videos. Anyways, enjoy the video if you stay for this long.
What's up? What you guys doing? Aloha, Firedale. How are you? Oh, what? I feel like I can't even say what you just typed. I know it's not an actual word, but I feel like I can't say it. But, hi guys, what's up? What is up? Hang on. I gotta fix a thing. I got to fix a thing. Yep. You know, we just chilling. I'm not gonna be a bat on the ceiling forever, I swear. We not gonna be a bat on the ceiling forever, I swear. Put this back. Uh-oh. Sorry, I had to investigate. I heard a voice I didn't recognize, and I was like, who's in my house? Okay, let me stop being a bat on the ceiling, I swear. Let me unbatify myself. So, before we started stream, well, ow! What's wrong with Alley Bat? Anybody I get to edit my videos is going to probably kill me because my character's upside down, which means more work for them. That's what's wrong with Alley Bat. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If it's so perfect. What, Alley Bat? Oh my goodness. I thought you edited your own videos. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on how lazy I'm feeling. Quite literally just a... Yeah, like I said, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on how lazy I'm feeling. No, because if I'm feeling lazy, then I'm probably gonna have someone else do it. How's it hanging? It's hanging pretty good. But anyways, let's start. Oh, let's not start. Before we start the game, this is a yandere dating sim. So if you're not vibing with blood and all that stuff, you probably should or yandere themes, you probably should skedaddles. Probably should do a skedaddling. Well, quit being late. What? No, I don't want to quit being lazy. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay. Look out! This game is free on itch.io. By the way, if anybody vibes with it, you. Yeah, it's me. Oh my goodness. Said the woman who cleaned my desk. Oh yeah, I was going to tell that story. So I have OCD, but my OCD's kind of like hyperalized. You guys are so mean to me. What if I don't want to edit my own videos? What if I just want to, like, chill? But, okay, so, I have OCD, but it's not like I have to clean something every 5 seconds. So what happened was, it's kind of like hyperfixation or all that stuff. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of weird. But when I start cleaning, I can't stop until it's fucking spotless, and I just like space the ever loving fuck out, like I am gone. And if I can't finish something, it brings me anxiety. And well, before our stream, literally started like cleaning the ever loving shit out of Lila's desk, and Lila was like screaming at me to get the fuck off. She was like, if you don't leave my shit alone. I was like, I have to finish it. I started it, so I have to finish it. It was like the rule. I started it, so I have to finish it. Anyways, 1 second. I need to see how I sound, because I don't trust you guys, because you guys never tell me if I'm loud enough or too quiet. Hey, we sound good. She almost started cleaning my dresser. It's not my fault. You all keep Allie company. I gotta lurk, and Allie needs distraction. I need distraction from the game? No! You found English. Let's just start. Middle of nowhere. I might turn the volume up, though, because I don't know how loud this game gets. Oh, you guys can see my mouse. Perfect. Okay, so we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Ain't that just lovely? In other news, the hit boy band Cake will be playing live tomorrow night at the Sanita Alley Stadium in Park Bend, Arizona. According to our sources, concert tickets sold out within seconds of their initial online release date, despite the fact that a massive influx of these users caused the website itself to crash. Luckily, they managed to get the site back up and running again, but many people were upset when they were forced to log back in, and many missed out on buying tickets because of this. Thousands took to Twitter to vent their frustrations, while others made light of the situation by making and sharing memes. Many of these posts went viral and got Sanita Alley Stadium trending for 3 days straight on Twitter itself. The DJ lets out a huff of a breath. I can't believe what I'm seeing in these reports. Can you, Kenny? The car's radio crackles, and a new voice joins in on the conversation, his tone coming across as both jovial and borderline cartoonish. Not in the slightest. And I'm just as stunned as you are. It's fascinating to see these young men who started from modest backgrounds rise to take the world by storm. I don't think I've seen a boy band craze this bad since the 90s and early 2010s. But I don't think those even compare to what we're seeing today. Don't you agree, Bob? Bob, the first radio DJ who spoke, lets out a giant guffaw. Woo! Boy, is that an understatement. Even my husband adores their latest hit single, The Way You Make Me Sway, which is saying something. Fuck you, Bob. What did Bob do? Jeez. Hang on, I wanna... This quick save? Okay, literally just quick saves. So, I did... Oh yeah, we did play before. But I didn't know if the game was fine for, Twitch. I was like, what the fuck is that? Return. I thought your husband hated modern day... Oh, wait. I thought your husband hated modern day music. My point exactly. If they can make my husband love their music, then you know they've got that something special that old men like him and I can't even ignore. When they start playing Cake's latest single, you turn down the dial on the radio, choosing instead to focus on the long stretch of road before you. The blistering heat already makes it hard to concentrate, and you don't need the added distraction. Especially considering you've driven almost 323 miles thanks to your aunt's pleas to gather up your uncle's valuables and drop them off at his new apartment in the next 6 towns over, and are now on the return drive home. Sans guns? What? The game playing would be awesome, but there's too much reading out loud, and I would personally embarrass myself way too much. I'm already embarrassing myself. LOL, poor Allie is gonna have to stay hydrated. She's hyper today. Yeah, fine, I won't read that. LOL, games exist that don't require lots of reading out loud, Mandy. Undertale? Yeah, Undertale would require some reading. But, I don't know if I would play, I don't know if I do play Undertale on stream, if I would read because of the character's little sound effects, because I wouldn't want to talk over them because the sound effects are cute. You tried turning her down, but your mom called and forced you to agree. I heard Sans and zoned back in. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Something about being a good relative and mentions of past actions where your aunt almost didn't treat you like dirt and yada yada yada. At that point, you just wanted to hang up and go back to your hermit crab lifestyle. So you agreed and took an obscene amount of guns from your aunt to give to your uncle. Okay. We're talking about why I could never be a streamer. I mean, everybody has the potential to be a streamer. Everybody. Due to the terms and conditions of their divorce, the judge ruled that since your aunt got ownership of the house, your aunt needs to fork over her collection of guns and hand them over to your uncle. Getting the aforementioned guns out of her house was a nightmare. The woman kept screaming every time you loaded the guns into your car. You had to restrain her when she kept trying to lunge for your trunk, saying he would know if one or two were missing. Lady, just buy some more. It's okay. It ain't that serious. When you refused to budge on the matter, she became inconsolable and ran inside the house, shutting herself in the bathroom for a solid 20 minutes before you needed to leave. Oh, you guys saying the internet's being poop, and considering I live with you two, my ass is just like, yeah, we good? I think we good. When she returned, her demeanor returned to normal. Well, at least for her. Relatives are weird, man. Speaking of weird, how long was this stretch of road again? You could have sworn it was a heck of a lot shorter the first go around. Not to mention, you need to pee. You regret not stopping by the gas station 50 miles back, actively choosing to ignore the huge warning sign that said next gas station in 100 miles. A terrible decision considering the current state of your bladder. You mull over your lack of options when something in the distance catches your attention. It doesn't look like my internet's acting up, guys. Like I'm still streaming, Avi. Maybe because I'm wired in, it's not acting up, and it's just, yeah, not noticing. Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was like, I don't see any frames drop. Literally at 0%. Okay, let's continue. As your car eats up the distance between you, you make the shape of a large, lumbering figure walking along the side of the road with their thumb jutted out and raised above their head. Huh. What's a hitchhiker doing all the way out here? Your bladder quakes. Never mind, you don't have time for this. Not to mention the fact that your mother always warned you about shady hitchhikers. Letting this man into your car reeks of a future of trouble. Best to avoid a situation like that altogether. When you pull right up behind him, you notice a distinct limp to his walk and blood looming out from his pant leg. Seeing his injury causes guilt to settle in. He's clearly hurt and needs help, and there's no one else around but you. You wrestle with your options when he suddenly collapses into a heap on the side of the road. Shit. There goes your self-preservation. I'll save it again. Hang on. I want... We're already full screen. I don't want it too loud, but I want it louder. Voice sound? Voice volume? There's talking? Ow! What'd I do? Enjoy your lurk, Fido. What did I miss? Why'd you book me? Straight up cuff list. Oh, don't forget to give Kalea belly rubs. Yeah, I saw that. I gave her the belly rubs. There goes your self-preservation. You park just a ways ahead of him and launch out of the driver's seat, praying to a god you don't believe in that he's okay. When you reach him, you fall to your knees and gently nudge his shoulder, only to garner no response. Come on, please be okay. You lean down and press your head against his chest. You feel it rise and fall and the sound of a faint heartbeat. Good, he's still breathing. You sit back up and try gently shaking his shoulder again. Sir? Sir, can you hear me? He's also conscious. Another good sign. Don't worry, sir. I'm going to call for help, okay? You pull out your cell phone ready to dial the emergency helpline when a hand latches onto your wrist in a vice-like grip, and the man beneath you adjusts himself into a sitting position.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah, hey. I'm just Dragon said language. I saw him say language. I just chose to ignore it. You're taken aback by the man's fierce gaze glaring at you through a veil of raven-colored hair. And don't call anyone. I'm fine. Says the man who just fucking passed out. Yep. Totally fine. Yes, but nails dig into your forearm. Not enough to draw blood, but enough to warn you he means business. I said I'm fine. Okay, shit, fuck, ass, titties. Ow! Bonking me? I did nothing. Listen to the sexy man. Look, hands up, don't shoot. I put the phone away, fuck. You lower your phone, exiting out of the phone app without a second glance at the screen. All right, but at least let me take a look at your leg. He visibly relaxes at your compliant nature and nods, leaning back so he can roll up his pant leg and examine the damage lying underneath. Blood coats the wound on his leg. You can't even see the extent of the injury when there's so much. You need to clean it off. Whoa. Wait right here. You head for your car and locate the box cutter knife hidden underneath the driver's seat. Cutting off the bottom half of your shirt, you grab the once cold but now warm water bottle you brought with you for your mini road trip and use it to soak the stray piece of fabric. You toss your box cutter back onto the driver's seat before returning to the hitchhiker. The hitchhiker looks up upon hearing your approaching footsteps. You watch as his eyes widen into the equivalent of large saucers. His lips slightly parted in surprise as his gaze zeroes in on the new patch of exposed skin. He studies the shape of your body, tracing over each and every part of you with new eyes. Yep, yeah, that's me. You bonking me? What'd I do? So mean. Yes, aren't I just sexy? Anyways. You grow flustered at the attention, but you also don't hate it. It's nice in a way. You're a little disappointed when he averts his gaze, wondering if you misinterpreted the situation, until he bites at his bottom lip as if he's done something naughty. Your heart flutters at the implications. Oh my. His reaction's kind of cute. You lower yourself to his level and try to ignore the blush spreading across your own cheeks. He's really attractive, a fact that you couldn't help but notice when you rushed to his side and saw that intense expression, like an arrow striking through your helpless little heart. Man, what my heart do? But that is straight face. But that's not the only thing that garnered your attention. This hitchhiker is Adam, the lead singer of Cake. What's he doing all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? So I couldn't help but notice this, but you're Adam, right? The hitchhiker hesitates before nodding. Okay, so I don't mean to sound rude, but what are you doing all the way out here, asking strangers for rides? Adam rubs the back of his head, almost sheepish in his answer. I accidentally drove my car into a ditch a few miles back, and I forgot my phone at the studio, so I couldn't really reach out and call anyone. Figured on the off chance that someone drove by, I could bum a ride. He smiles then. Guess I got lucky you showed up when you did. You're a lifesaver. You're almost blinded by that smile. No wonder his fangirls go crazy. Now, fangirls is crazy in general. They're crazy. No, fans in general are crazy. Like, crazy. So are you guys. But you guys are my fans. Urging your pounding heart to calm down, you try concentrating on the conversation at hand and get started on cleaning his leg. You need to focus. Oh, was the crash how you got hurt? Adam shakes his head. cut my thigh open while hiking with my friends a couple of weeks ago. One of the tree branches was a little too sharp and gave me this as a souvenir. The doctor stitched me up, but I guess it tore back open since I started walking. He chuckles to himself. I didn't even notice, if you can believe it. You're surprised to hear this, considering he's got a performance going on later tomorrow night. Surely he should let it heal before going back on stage. Well, hopefully when I drive you back to town, we can get you to a doctor to get it taken care of. I'm sorry I can't do anything else in the meantime. Don't worry, you've been a big help. You flush at his praise, the smoothness of his voice, and the way he says that makes you feel things you haven't felt in a long time, in places you haven't felt in a long time. Interesting. You attempt to focus on the task at hand, wiping away the thick, congealed blood, but it's hard to concentrate when all you can think about is the fact that your hands are near his thighs. And okay. Oh gosh, you're turning beet red from the thought alone. Let me fan myself. Nibbling at your bottom lip, you peer up at him and find his gaze locked onto your hands with blistering intensity. You can't tell if he wants to rip your hands off his leg or to guide them towards other, more intimate places. Oh my. Oh my! Okay. Okay. I see where this is going. Ears. We meet ears. Ah! I clicked and it wouldn't move. The heat warming your body desires the latter. Oh, okay. You pitched? I pitched? I play baseball? Is something wrong? No, nothing. Nothing's wrong, kind sir. Nothing's wrong. His gaze suddenly flicks upward and you jump, flustered that he's caught you staring. You got that loud? I got loud? Oh! Leave me be. Firedale! Bad! Bad Firedale, bad. Nothing! Just a little dazed is all. Probably because of this heat. You duck your head and redirect your attention downward, ignoring the horny little devil inside of you. Since you're back on track, you didn't notice this before, but the blood on his leg's a bit weird.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
It chips and peels away like dried paint instead of small. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. Instead of smearing. What the? Ah! Ah! The man withdraws a small silver knife tucked into the waistband of his jeans and lunges at you. You don't even have a spare moment to react before he drives the weapon into your chest. This is how you thank me? Fuck you. Fuck you in your cute face. Shit. What what? I was helping you. Shit. Can't trust nobody. Confusion and terror battle in your mind. Adrenaline pumps through your veins as you try to fight him off. You scratch at his chest, face, anywhere you can dig your nails into, but he scoffs and pins your arms down with his knees. You watch in horror as he plunges the knife into your exposed chest again and again. Stop! Man, I'm already fucking dead. Stop! You don't even have time to ask why as the world goes dark. Too promiscuous. What did I do? I was helping him. I only got one choice throughout the whole. What do you mean, naughty girl? I didn't do anything. Allie too. I didn't do anything. Oh, I did. I only answered. I think didn't I only answered one thing, and that was to put the phone away. That's what I did. I put the phone away. That is what. I don't like you. Oh, what did I do? I should have saved more often. Okay, this is. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save right here, so we don't have to do all that again. Right, no quote ability for me. Yeah, I don't have a quote thing. Call anyway and stand your ground. Okay. He's insane if he thinks you're just gonna let this whole thing slide. He's clearly injured and definitely needs addressing for that wound on his leg. You yank your arm out of his grasp and press the phone to your ear before standing up, turning back to the man as you glare at the sun beating down on you. Could it be any harder? And before you get killed for saving too much. Oh, my stars. If I actually got killed for saving too much. An operator picks up. Hello, what's your She's cut off mid-sentence when the hitchhiker plucks the phone out of your hands and drops it onto the ground. He crushes the device underneath a scuffed boot, hands in his pockets, looking almost bored as he does so. My phone! Once he's done destroying the phone you worked 3 years in customer service to pay off, he runs a hand through his hair and reveals an all-too-familiar smile. He recognized those features that spanned across multiple blogs on the internet, stratosphere. From his gleaming white teeth, which were perfect advertisement for the 10 toothpaste commercials he sponsored, to the scar on his eyebrow that fangirls obsess over. The lead singer of Cake, Adam. You open your mouth to comment, wondering how a man like him ended up here, when he rushes forward and plunges something into your shoulder. What? Why? Man, I can't win. You're caught off guard, his momentum pushing you backwards, and your head cracks painfully against the asphalt. And the man stands over you for a moment as he wipes the blood off his knife by using his shirt as a makeshift handkerchief. He smiles cruelly as he crawls over your collapsed body with a predatory gleam in his eye. Thighs boxing in your hips, trapping you underneath him as the hand pins your wrist over your head. You watch as he reaches into his back pocket to reveal a phone of his own. He taps something on his screen and all of a sudden you're blinded by light. You try blinking the stars out of your eyes, confused by what just occurred. Shoot, I left the flash on. Sorry about that. You're taking a photo of me? This son of a bitch. You kick your legs and buck your hips in a valiant effort to toss him off your body, throwing your weight around in hope that you'll catch him off balance, but he doesn't seem fazed in the slightest. You give up after exhausting yourself. Damn it all. Once you've settled, Adam taps his phone screen again, and this time there's no blinding light. He stares at the picture he just took for a moment, nods to himself, then shoves his phone back into his pocket, satisfied by whatever he sees. You've got a pretty photogenic face. The picture will print out great, don't you think? You try spitting in his face, but it misses by a landslide. Aw, that wasn't very nice. Nice went out the window when you stabbed me. Maybe I wouldn't have stabbed you if you listened to me and hung up the phone. Yeah, right. Because we went through that route already. So yeah, right. You get the distinct feeling that he's lying through his teeth. You don't peg him as the honest type, considering he's probably got a bunch of skeletons in his closet if he's attacking strangers for shits and giggles. What did you want my photo for? Scrapbooking? His face darkens at your retort. How is that any of your business? It's my photo. It's my face. Surely, he's joking. You look at his tense expression. Nope, he's 100% serious. But at least he's not cutting you open like a slab of meat. If you keep him talking, maybe you'll find a way out of this mess. A Christmas present for your dear old mom and dad, then? And don't talk about my mother. Oh? Does he have mommy issues? No. Maybe he has daddy issues. Better yet, maybe both. What about your dad? Can we talk about him? Adam considers you a moment, obviously confused by your cavalier attitude despite the current situation, but he's curious enough to see where this leads. What do you want to know about him? I'm gonna save again. Save. Does he snore like a boar? Did he play catch if he was a kid? Does he barbecue and watch football on Sundays? Does he make corny dad jokes? What does he do for a living? To answer your questions in order, no, yes, no. And he's a preacher for my hometown church back in Tennessee. Ah, a fan of the big guy in the sky, eh? I'm guessing you went to church a lot as a kid. Adam considers you a moment. Ah, so that's your angle. I'm sorry? Ow! Ugh. Fucking rude. He gasps at his nails dig into your wounded shoulder. Tears prick at the corner of your eyes, threatening to spill over, and you have to bite your lip to keep them all in place. No way will you let this man get the self-satisfaction of seeing you cry. You want to keep me talking until you can think of an escape plan. Is that it? Well, I'm sorry to inform you, but that won't happen. We're alone, I'm armed with a knife, and this highway is almost always deserted. Very few cars drive along this highway, and the only reason people tend to travel here is for nefarious means or out of sheer desperation, but it's almost always the latter. I would know. I scoped out this place ahead of time. He gives you a sadistic grin. But you know what? Why not? I'll play this game for a little while longer. It could be fun after all, giving you that small sliver of hope that someone might pass by and rescue you from your fate. Speaking of fate, let's talk about something related to that. Destiny itself. Don't worry, I promise this all circles back to my father. Does it? Does it? Does it really? Now, let's see. He pauses a moment to gather his thoughts before he begins talking again. My dad. You know, it's funny. Despite being religious and believing in the power of free will, my father also thinks that destiny plays a big role in our everyday lives. He always says that while some things are in our control, other things are milestones made by God to teach us pivotal life lessons planned far in advance. A test of sorts, you could say. Ow! He digs his nails deeper into your wound, and you bite your lip so hard it bleeds. And tell me something. Do you believe in destiny? Ah, fuck. No, honest. No. Mom always said honesty was the best policy, no matter the circumstances. Sure, it might get you killed here, but he's probably already planning on doing that anyway. No. You admit through clenched teeth. I believe in you letting go. Yeah, I believe in that. Please. Release. I have done nothing to you. Especially when people like you exist. What sick mystical bullshit would send me to someone like you as a test? He stares down at you for a moment, dissecting you with his eyes. You feel like one of those dead frogs they use in biology class to teach teenagers how bodies work and function. With your limbs all splayed out and pinned at your sides, ripe for organ harvesting. He wants my organs. Well, that's kind of weird. You wait for him to slice you wide open in response to giving the wrong answer, but to your surprise, he doesn't. Funny. I thought you tried to lie and appease me. Typically, when I ask someone a question after they find out their life's on the line, they try and fit their answer to one they think I'd like. I, however, find honesty to be one of the most honorable traits a person can have. In fact, I prefer your honesty, even if our views differ. So you believe in destiny? Why does that not surprise me? Oh, I don't. I was just curious to see how you'd answer. You wanted to get to know me after all. Even if it was just to buy time, I figured I'd still extend the same courtesy. I normally don't let my guard down and talk about my father like this. Aren't you happy? This shows how special you are to me. Wow. Narcissistic much? Oh, I bet you say that to all your victims. His eyes narrow at your sarcasm, but you continue on because you can't stop yourself. I truly am the luckiest person. Oh, wait. There's a heartbeat. Hang on. I'm gonna save here. What controls the heartbeat? Oh, Jeebus. I didn't even notice there was a heartbeat. I was like, huh? What voice volume? Man, someone is supposed to be talking to me in this game. I truly am the luckiest person alive. I don't deserve you or your kindness. You really aren't like the other serial killers. Ow! Fine. Shit. Fuck. I'll shut up. Shit. I didn't know there was music. There was a little bit playing while we were in the car. He reclaims his knife and buries it deep into your shoulder, effectively cutting you off. When he withdraws the blade, he examines the fresh blood coating the knife and frowns. I appreciate honesty to an extent, but you'll fare better if you keep your mouth shut. Ugh. Make me. A childish retort in the grand scheme of things, but you'll be damned if he's getting the last word in edgewise. You watch as he angles the blade, lifting it high overhead before bringing it down towards your sternum with the most cold-blooded expression. You have to think quickly and throw him off his guard to ensure your survival. Oh, shit. No. Return. I want to claw his eyes out, but something tells me that ain't gonna work because my shoulder's been stabbed. It shut you up. You grit your teeth through the pain. But it's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm scared that this ain't gonna work, but I can't imagine clawing his eyeballs out is going to fucking work considering he stabbed my shoulder. Before he can react, you grab him by the scruff of his shirt and pull him down. Caught off balance, he drops his knife and braces his hands on the ground, unable to avoid your awaiting mouth. His dark eyes go comically wide as your lips touch. He goes still for a total of 2 seconds, which doesn't give you enough time to grab his knife and aim for the jugular. You expect him to shove you away, to scrub his mouth clean of you, to drive his knife into his disgust. What you don't expect is for him to return your kiss with desperate urgency. I might have just started him turning into a yandere. If he wasn't a yandere now, I think I just turned him into one. He's a man who sought thrill from murder, but from the looks on it, hasn't experienced much, if any, intimate interaction. You found an undeniable weakness. He's so distracted, eyelids fluttering shut in pure, unabashed pleasure, that you take the opportunity to use your other hand to search for his knife. Your hands swipe over dirt and rocks and asphalt until your hand manages to land on the hilt of the blade. You make sure you have a firm grasp and... Ha ha! He lodged a knife deep into his side. He cries out, rolling off your body, clearly not understanding what just happened. Free of his weight, you take this golden opportunity to sprint towards your car. He calls after you, but you don't look back. Hopping into the driver's seat, you rev your engine and floor it, pressing pedal to the metal. You see him limping after you in the rearview mirror and watch as he grows smaller before disappearing completely. Adrenaline plumps through your veins, heart struggling against your ribcage. Hey! Fucking survived. Fuck. For hours on the drive back to your town, you check your rearview mirrors to see if someone's managed to teleport into your back seat, afraid he'll finish the job. I'm okay now. You say when you see your hometown on the horizon, I'm okay. Him? Oh no. Elsewhere, 9:30 p.m. Adam manages to return to his hotel room without much trouble after calling in a few favors. He's lucky he didn't hit anything vital, just a flesh wound that he managed to stitch together himself. The action of pushing a needle through his skin like second nature thanks to practicing on previous victims. Why? Oh, I hear the music. I'm scared if I turn the music volume too high, it's gonna like hurt our ears. But like, I hear it. It's very faint though. Okay, let's go back. There's a flesh wound. What's with the fucking veins and shit, man? He managed to stitch together. Yeah. He lies back on the king-size mattress, spent from walking under the crisp sun and getting hurt to boot. The sheets feel cool and oddly ticklish beneath him. Everything feels ticklish since that kiss from hours earlier, like his nerve endings are standing on end, hypersensitive to everything he touches. That's what's up with the veins and stuff. It's like, okay, I get it. I get the metaphor we got going on here. He absent-mindedly strokes his own bottom lip. He can still taste you, the shape of your body pressed against his, and the way you moved under him ingrained into his memory, a permanent stamp on his consciousness. Okay, yeah, I think I turned him into a fucking yandere. I fucked up! I turned him into a yandere! He wants to see you again, to touch you, to kiss you, to claim you. Oh, no. No. I'm good. I'm very good on that. To mark, I'm good. You already marked me. You stabbed my shoulder. Twice you stabbed my shoulder. Fuck off. You say it again, Lila. Unwarranted images of you invade his mind, graphic depictions of your bodies intertwined, fueling his lust and causing his hand to yeah. Am I allowed to continue this without Twitch getting mad at me? Or better question, can I continue playing this and not have YouTube get mad at me when I upload the VOD? I'm, a bit stumped. Oh well. wasn't prepared for that mentally. I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. Hang on, I gotta set up this. I need an adult. Mine are better than him. I don't want to continue. Yeah, okay. Nope. Ah! No, I can't. What? No, it's an adult. I can't. He's so buttons his jeans, unable to take much more of this corrosive heat. Yeah, that's a sentence. Yeah, okay. Anyways, goodbye. I get. Are you playing the free version? Yes, I'm playing the free version. I talked directly to. I asked the. I asked the creator of You and Him, which version are we allowed to stream and play on stuff, and they said we're allowed to do the free version only, and that the Patreon version is not allowed to be streamed and stuff. But I'm like, I can't. This is for work. No, it's not. At least visually. I can't, my brain. I'm gonna die. She stares at Adam in disappointment, tears cascading down her cheeks and over her cuts and scars. What is going on? I can't, life, man. She shakes her head. Just like him, she mouths. Adam. Oh, okay, we crying. I don't. Adam gasps and rips his hand away, tears pricking at the corners of his eyes in frustration. Okay, no, we crying. I'm sorry. Your face flushes behind his eyelids, the sun illuminating your frame like an angel descending from the heavens. Stop it. You pull him down again. You kiss. I'm not here! What is going on? What am I doing? I'm so confused. Enough! He chokes out a sob and curls into the fetal position, wishing he could bleed you out of his pores and untaint himself. But you left your mark. I didn't leave my mark. Hold up. He's imagining it. Well, they should say to fake me then. No. I didn't leave him. Oh, yeah, I did stab him. Well, he left a mark on me first. What are you talking about, Firedale? Hang on. What? If he wants to get rid of this fever, this disease burning within him, he needs to find the source. And destroy. Great. You laid your claim and he laid his, apparently. I didn't do shit. Look, I reacted in self-defense. It ain't my fault he's cray-cray. Adam calms himself down by taking a deep breath and letting a plan formulate in his mind. As long as he focuses on the future task at hand, he can handle this odd feeling overwhelming him and carry out what needs doing. When he opens his eyes, they shine with a determined light. And he promises himself he'll find you again. I don't want to be found. That was just the prologue. Okay. Okay, we're gonna... What's this cute? Oh, these are quick saves. Oh my god. Oh, you can see! Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna use page 2 for chapter 1. But, okay, so you guys know, we played the game. Okay, so the person who made you and him. We played the game before on one of my scuffiest of scuff days. But I was hesitant because things kind of escalated like super duper fucking fast. So I did automatic saves. But you can see right here, this is the first start style and this is the redone one. So that's crazy. You can see like the redo. Okay. What do you mean I'm gonna be red? I'm already red. Okay, return. Adam only requires a cheap lock-picking kit bought off Amazon to break into your apartment. A weak defense. So, okay, so the veins, I wonder if that's like his sanity or if it's like how sensitive everything feels to him. And did you really think this would keep him out? It's almost too easy the way he steps inside, pausing next to your coat rack to allow his eyes time to adjust in the darkness. Yeah. Now that we can actually hear the music, hang on. There we go. He scans the room, observing the dark shape of your ratty couch and cheap coffee table that spills with fabric. Rude. He wonders briefly if you started in on sewing project of sorts when his eyes catch on something far more interesting. A door left ajar that he can only assume is your bedroom. He slips out of his boots and places them next to yours. It's almost like he's your husband returning from work and ready to join his spouse in bed. I didn't marry you. It's almost too intimate in a way, and he really doesn't like the feeling it gives him. But he needs to stay quiet, and wearing large clunky boots would reveal his presence. He wants to surprise you, to catch you off guard. Like how you managed to catch him off guard with that kiss on the highway. I really did turn him into a yonder, and I don't like it. He'll never forgive you for it. Only the thrill of the hunt manages to subdue any inappropriate thoughts that might overwhelm him. He doesn't want to feel this way, you know? He doesn't like the fact that anyone can wield this sort of power over him because it can easily turn into a weapon. Which makes him vulnerable. Not only that, but the inherent wrongness itches at his skin. Your forbidden fruit that tricked him into taking a bite. No. You are the forbidden fruit. You tried to get me to take a bite of you, but instead, I stab you. He wants to ow. He wants to laugh at how his name suits him now. Did his father think he'd give in to his desires? Did he believe he'd grow up and become just like him? Is his father also a serial killer? Do what's right. A broken woman whispers from the darkness. Don't go down his path. Her words encourage him. Already determined footsteps. I protected you from him. She steals his resolve. He's going to kill the one who tainted him and become pure again. Adam positions himself in front of the door, wondering what awaits him. Are you planning something? Or are you really naive enough to think you'd be safe after you escaped the first time? Surely you're prepared for me, aren't you? His voice carries into your bedroom, but garners no response. Do you have a gun aimed at my head, a bat next to your nightstand, or did you call the cops? Again, no answer. Now's your chance. Kill me before I kill you. Adam's taunting you. Probably because you taunted him in his dreams for so long. Still, you don't give in to his games. He grows frustrated and tired of waiting. It's now or never. Adam draws out the knife, tucked into the waistband of his jeans. Your blood from the other day still coats the silver blade. The color transformed into a deep reddish brown because he can't bring himself to wash it until he uses it to take your life. Man, what'd I do? Seriously, what'd I do? The single action, the taking of your life with this blade, will bring everything full circle. At last, he'll be free. Am I even home? Adam notices a small bed tucked into the corner of the bedroom. The window's blinds are lifted, allowing a small amount of moonlight to spill into the room and illuminate the mass of blankets where you potentially rest. They shift, signaling that someone indeed lies underneath them. Adam approaches the bed and without hesitation rips the blanket off of your body and onto the floor. You startle awake, your eyes latching onto him. Dazed and confused by the sudden shift in realities, you were dreaming one moment and now you're drug kicking and screaming into the waking world. How did you not know he was on his way? You really are naive. He thought you were smarter than this, and he's insulted that you managed to escape him. So out of curiosity, do you know anyone that actually fantasizes about this kind of romance? I don't think so. No. How could someone like this? The words escape him when he sees you. The fuck was that? That was not nice, whoever dropped something in the living room. Whoever did that. That was not nice. I'm saving. Don't laugh. Nope, not me. A pot. It was a... I thought Adam was coming from my ass in the real world. It scared the shit out of me, man. I thought this guy about to come out this computer and kill my ass. Fuck. The words escape him when he sees you, skin glowing from the moonlight, caught off guard by you yet again. He keeps his eyes on your face, afraid to wander anywhere else. You sit up and allow what remains of the blanket to spill around your waist. Adam jerks back with a start, dropping his knife that clatters to the ground with a metallic clang. Before he can move out of your reach and grab his... Before he can move out of reach, you grab his wrist and tug him forward. And then you pull him down and... drown him in the blood. Red of your what? Huh? Wait, what? Huh? What? Let's just... What? What? Whose point of view is this? I'm confused now. Say it again. Is he dreaming? You all did things. How do you know? You just hugged a lot. Exactly. Could have just hugged. In the middle of your heated exchange, you stare down at him, a deity perched over their royal throne. He shudders under your gaze, vulnerable and slick with sweat. He's breathless as he asks, "Why did you stop?" "Because I'm curious." Your body shifts and he grits his teeth, holding back a soft whimper. Get off my mic. His hands going to your hips as if holding you will. His hands going to your hips as if holding you will ground him. There we go. Jeebus. A smirk tugs at the corner of your lips. Do you like this? Do you like what I'm doing to you? What? Whose point of view is this? I'm so confused. It's his point of view still, right? It said him. It didn't say we switched point of views, right? Am I dumb? Adam nods. Yes. God, yes. He's never felt so good in his fucking life. Adam swallows thickly, eyelashes fluttering, unable to concentrate, but forcing himself to pay attention to your next words. It's my point of view? No, because it was just Adam's point of view, though, because we walked into because Adam broke into our apartment and was chilling outside our room while we were sleeping. Man. Yeah, that did not sound right at all. And again, this game ain't right. Do you want me? Adam answers before he can think about what he's saying. Yes. How much do you want me? More than fucking anything. One last question. Finally. Do you still want to kill me? Well, do you? See, Adam is waiting on your words, and your character asks, do you want me? Well, do you want to kill me? Yeah. Stop screaming. Oh, my stars. Yes, of course he does. What did he happen? Great. Allie, I never knew you were so forward. I asked if he wanted to kill me. What do you mean forward? Killing you means he's done his job and can sleep peacefully at night, knowing you'll no longer hurt the people around you. What? Me? What? Me? Meaning me? Meaning I'll no longer hurt the people around me? Man, my voice is crack-a-lacking. Me? What did I do? Yeah, that's what I'm like, what? Or is Adam talking? I'm like, is he dreaming? I think he's dreaming. I don't know. I feel like this isn't. He opens his mouth, then closes it. Yes. Just say yes. He tries again and fails miserably. You continue staring at him, patient while you wait for your answer, your body still hovering over his. I can't. Maybe he just doesn't want you to stop. Is that it? Like he's afraid you'll stop making him feel good for giving what's obviously the wrong answer. But no, that's not it either. As soon as you touched him, the burning still exists within him. That's a fact. It always will. But the burning's transformed into something else. Something that ignites whenever you touch his skin. The mattress begins sinking inward under Adam's weight. He doesn't even have a moment to process what's happening before the bed swallows him whole. Adam finds himself suffocating in darkness. He tries clawing around him, but his body remains immobile. It is a dream! Is it? I'm having so many seconds. I'm so confusing. Then he's falling, and all of a sudden he hits solid ground. Ow. What? Is his hair brown? When he manages to pick himself up, he finds himself stuck in the middle of a kitchen, and he's dressed in his old Sunday best. He studies the room. From the aging rose wallpaper to the collection of colorful magnets used to pin up a child's drawings on the fridge, Adam knows exactly where he stands. A soft dripping sound catches his attention. His eyes drift over to the source. Off to his left, where a small square kitchen table with 3 wooden chairs rests. Each chair is given a hand-stitched cushion to soften an otherwise uncomfortable sitting arrangement. A white tablecloth covers the table with the exception of scarlet red drops splashed here and there. A yellow piece of parchment paper rests in the center. Frantic black lettering bleeds through the paper as if the author was running out of time and scribbled down what they could. Wait. Did it just break the fourth wall? They didn't break the fourth wall. Jen! Hi, Jen! Adam reels back in horror at the sight of it. Oh, it's a raid? Wait, I was raided? I was raided. Not this. Anything but this. Oh, wait. Red drips onto the paper from above, but he doesn't dare look up. The fresh scent of copper floods his senses. He knows the smell by heart. Getting mugged, actually. Oh. Now, my NFT's mine. Normally, he'd thrive off the smell, but this. His legs give out, and he digs his palms into his eyes so hard that he sees stars in the darkness. He can't look up. He refuses to see it a second time. Someone hums. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. Someone hums next to his ear. He flinches away, still refusing to drop his hands, but the person persists. You don't want to face me? When he refuses to answer, the humming switches to his other ear, and then the singer asks a second question. Can't you even look to see how deeply you've hurt me? It's me. Clawed fingers try dragging his hands away from his eyes. They're sharp and painful, and they manage to get him to finally look up and face what he's been dreading. A cold, dead corpse stares at him with bloodshot eyes, the whites glazed over by a grayish film. Let go of him! What the fuck? The corpse, cocks her head at a 90-degree angle. The movement causes her clumped, wet hair to tickle Adam's face. He whispers her name. This single action enrages her and causes her lips to peel back into a shriek that shatters the windows and makes the chairs rattle and topple over. Don't call me that. Don't ever call me that again. You betrayed me. You promised me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Did he kill his mom? I don't think he killed his mom. I think his dad killed his mom because she was protecting him. Look at what he did to me. What Day did to me. Look. Ooh, I don't know. Let go of him. No, no. No, no. No, no. Tears stream down Adam's cheeks as she jerks his face closer to her bruised one. Purple and yellow spots dapple the base of her jaw and trail down the slope of her neck, disappearing under the color of the gray dressing gown she wears. She said they. So, who else was involved in this shit? Because I ain't liking it. Whoever, I don't like the dad so far. And whoever else was involved in this. I'm sorry. He's drugged to his feet by the woman with her hands clamped around his throat. She tightens her grip and he remains limp, knowing this is the punishment he deserves for betraying her like this. No. Nobody deserves this, my guy. For betraying his promise and her memory. I'm so sorry. She snaps his neck with a sickening twist. Current day. Dower Hotel, 5:01 a.m. Ah, okay. We're awake. So it is his point of view still. Adam catapults out of his nightmare, trembling as his eyes dart around the room. The shadows are his demons waiting to devour him. They hide behind a TV screen, under the bed, in this closet. He can't escape them no matter how hard he tries. Shit. It's just a dream. He needs to calm down. Adam tries thinking about his hunts. The thrill of carving into flesh, of ripping through bone and sinew? And watching as a pathetic life fate. What is sinew? Sinew. Oh, tendons. Why didn't it just say tendons? And watching as a pathetic life fades by his hands. But then that corpse's face flashes behind his eyelids and he can't calm down. Then you appear. A deep, seething anger arises within him. He grabs a hold of it. Anger is better than fear. So he directs all of his attention towards you. This, whatever this feeling is, it's all your fault. These weird sexual fantasies won't go away until you're gone and removed from this life. He needs to get to you. Now. But there's only one problem. After Adam got back to this hotel, he called Saffron and informed him of the situation. Saffron, in typical fashion, took the ordeal in stride and offered to keep an eye out for you. He spent hours outside of your apartment, waiting to see if your car would show up. It never did. Huh? 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 Where the fuck am I? Where me go? Park Bend, Arizona, 8 a.m. A bloody mess of gauze and medical tape you bought at the nearest convenience store clog up the bathroom trash can, covering up the used pregnancy tests and sanitary napkins. Dark smudges circle your eyes from lack of proper sleep. A little fact that your aunt would curl her lip at, wondering why you can't get your act together. Always a supportive woman, that one. Is she taking the guns herself? Maybe you'd be off worrying about your next online show and figure out how to earn a bigger tip rather than avoiding your house like it got infested with cockroaches. But make it a singular cockroach. With a knife. You stare at yourself in the bathroom mirror, fighting exhaustion tooth and nail, gripping the edges of the sink to remain upright. A feat in and of itself. Your shoulder, while taken care of for the time being, likely requires stitches instead of the medical equivalent of flex tape. But who the fuck can afford medical insurance in this day and age? Not you, that's who. Damn it all to hell. After circling Park Bend for a half an hour and weighing your options between returning home or sleeping in your car, you decide on the latter as the safer bet. You don't really want to risk it for the biscuit by returning home, considering there's a possibility Adam might know your address. The attack itself could have been a one-off incident for a thirsty serial killer hell-bent on getting some kind of action. But if that's the case, what did he take a picture for? Maybe you're overthinking this. After all, he could be saving them for himself as a sort of memento of the occasion. You really can't be sure. Maybe it would have been better if... No. You splash yourself with water stained a questionable color in order to perk yourself up. Chin up, chest puffed. That's what your best friend Jay used to say before he moved out of state to pursue his dreams in the medical field. You plan on taking his advice to heart until you exit the bathroom and meet the gaze of a kid who stares at you with wide-set eyes. He's in the middle of picking his nose and wiping it on his mom's sleeve. He never breaks eye contact. Upon seeing your grossed-out expression, he cackles like a hyena. Yep, he's gonna grow up to become a serial killer. You bet Adam did the same thing at that age. You'd put money on it, even. The doorbell jingles as you step out of the air-conditioned gas station and onto the curb. A sudden wave of vertigo hits, and you finally lose your ongoing battle with gravity. An arm sweeps out to catch you. Soft green eyes meet yours, paired with a gentleman's smile. No. No. I know Chapter 2 came out, and you were on the cover of Chapter 2. No. Yes, shoo. Go away now. Are you alright, my dear? You look a little ill. Guess that's what happens when a crazed man attacks someone with minimal medical access. I know I won't like you either, sir. Yeah. You know for a fact, Adam is probably off schmoozing in a fancy-dancy hospital that serves steak with shaved bits of gold sprinkled on top. The world can't be more unfair when a criminal gets better care than their victim. So the gentleman wearing a crisp button-up and slacks in 100-degree weather, you've seen weirder. You just nod and disentangle yourself from his hold. He waits until you're stable on your feet to Thank you for the lurk, Chaos. Thank you for the lurk. Well, have fun lurking, and thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Man, I can't talk anymore. I lost the ability. He waits until you're stable on your feet to let go. Ate one too many pancakes at the pancake house down on West Avenue? Challenged my friend to a contest, but you should see the other guy. Is that why you've got a nasty blood-stained shoulder? Your heart stops when your hand flies to cover your shoulder. You wince at the sudden touch. It stopped bleeding. How did it open up again? He cocks his head to the right side. Let me give you a ride to the ER. I'm certain they'll take care of your problem in a jiffy. Thanks for the offer, but I can't afford to fork over hundreds of dollars to just sit in a room, let alone get stitched up. I appreciate your concern, but I'll manage on my own. Then how about this instead? I'm friends with a great doctor who runs a small and affordable urgent care center. He even offers payment plans. If I take you there, and I promise I can get your bill halved, what do you think? Damn, that's a tempting offer. But one question lingers in your mind. What's in it for you? He adjusts the cufflinks on his button-up. All I ask is for an entertaining conversation on the drive over. You provide me that, and I consider it an equal exchange. Now! So how about it? I heard a little heartbeat. Nope, nope, nope. Hell to the no. Last time you let your guard down, you got stabbed, made out with aforementioned stabby asshole, and escaped by the skin of your teeth. You'll just take the name of the doctor and go. I'm good, thanks. I appreciate the offer, though. The man nods and digs into the front pocket of his suit before extending 2 business cards to you. The first belongs to the urgent care center. The second, you assume, belongs to him. Collisions Industries. Saffron Albrecht, talent manager. Right, you've seen guys like this before, claiming they hold your ticket to fame only to con you out of your rent money. You try handing his card back to him, but he holds up his hands, which are prepped with splotches of blood, probably from catching you earlier. The man, or rather Saffron, gives you an earnest smile. Feel free to call me in case you run into any trouble. Gotcha. Well, thanks again. I appreciate the help by any means. You listen out for footsteps as you make your way towards your car. Nothing. And when you glance over your shoulder, he's on his phone, innocently texting someone or checking his social media, or whatever. Damn, you've become paranoid. Almost embarrassed, you climb into the driver's side of your car and start buckling your seatbelt, wondering why you made such a mental fuss about everything.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Ah! No, no, get the fuck away from me. No, no, no. Nah. Yeah. No, because I don't know if that was the right answer. No. And he's licking the speck of blood on his thumb with a bone-chilling smile. Get away right now. Nope. Get away from me. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Drive. Oh, not a fucking again. You're starting to think your aunt had the right idea with keeping at least 1 gun on hand. Too many creeps roaming Arizona as of late. Which him? Oh, I don't. Oh no. Which him? It better be Adam. I'd rather deal with Adam. What? That's Adam. Adam scrubs a towel over his face, pushing back the purple strands of hair plastered to his forehead, his body dripping with sweat. Oh, I thought his hair was black. His legs ache after walking the equivalent of 3 miles on the hotel gym treadmill. But at least he's not thinking about you. Until he's thinking about you. What? Sounds like a personal problem. Why do you want me dead? I didn't do nothing. He whips out his phone and checks his messages, desperate for something else to occupy his thoughts. But Saffron hasn't given an update in hours, of course. Of course, that's this guy. Yep. Of course they're in cahoots. Of course. Just of course. Adam's mouth pulls into a tight line, wondering what's taking so long. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no. Where the hell are you hiding? None of your business. Don't you know he has connections everywhere? I just need to... I need to move to Pluto. Pluto sounds like a nice place to live. Don't you guys think? I think Pluto sounds like a lovely place to live. Highs everywhere. You should just give up already. There's nowhere safe for you to run. I don't want to live in hell. I want to live on Pluto. You're his now, huh? I don't remember agreeing to. I don't. Guys, do you see a ring on this finger? Because I certainly don't see a ring on this finger. I don't think I belong to you, kind sir. A fact you need to learn sooner rather than later. Oh, I think you need to accept it. No, you need to accept it. Nope, I'm the ground 6 feet under. Oh no. Blowing out a disgruntled breath of air, Adam folds himself into the plush recliner station in front of a widescreen TV. He's never cared much for extravagant things, despite people always offering them left and right. He was taught to never want them, to never accept anything beyond his means, something he holds on to this day. On screen, a news outlet discusses the devastation his fans are facing after Cake's latest concert got canceled due to an unforeseen injury Adam received while hiking. Not an entire lie. Technically, he was hitchhiking, and his latest target became more than he bargained for. A tidbit the general public will never know or learn of if he has anything to say about it. Turning his attention back to his phone, he clicks on the message he received the other night from an unknown number that sits just below Saffron's number, the one that tells him who to kill and where. Your name is listed alongside your place of residency as well as your job occupation. I'm just an anime girl on the internet. I don't really have a very fancy-dancy job. Adam swallows thickly. What's my job wait. You never realized they actually provide a link to your profile. His finger hovers above it, heart beating a mile a minute. He's never been on one of these websites before, although he's heard people mention it in passing. What is my job? Quite a few people even tried to start a petition for him to join, to which he declined and publicly stated his discomfort. Adam's never shown off anything more than his naked torso, and those were typically for photo shoots. Beneath the belt is, and always has been, out of the question. Man has standards, and I don't blame him. His eyes dart back up to your name, and before he can stop himself, he clicks on the link. He's brought immediately to your page, which offers a little bio that describes who you are and the specifics of what you offer. Yours doesn't give much away other than the fact that you do scantily clad cosplays and where to find your other social. I'm a cosplayer. Well, that's a blast from the past. I haven't cosplayed in so long. Thousands of people follow your account, a fact that, for some reason, gets under his skin and eats away at him. I don't cosplay anymore, if that makes you feel better, sir. I'm just an anime girl on the internet. He pushes away the feeling, trying to investigate with a clear mind rather than letting what he discovers feed any emotion. But still. Then you're feelings budding in his chest, coloring his world from black and white to a new array of hues with newfound vibrancy, are impossible to ignore. And they burn like lit coals in his chest as he sees their ratings listed at the top of the page. And there's a lot of them, all 5-star reviews, all salivating over the custom services you gave them, all interested in what lies underneath those clothes of yours. So what am I just a cosplayer? Do I make cosplays? And you aren't even bothered by the fact. Maybe you even like it. I can't say that. My mother would kill me. Without thinking, and too absorbed in his thoughts, he scrolls downward until he lands on your videos. He almost snaps his phone in fucking half. The video he's landed on gives a little preview of what the content contained. content contain, which is you lying in bed modeling a very revealing cosplay that leaves little to the imagination. Okay, when I cosplayed, I did. I did. Okay, next. It's like you're mocking him with your eyes, taunting him and his newfound hunger by beckoning him forward, similar to how you did in his dreams. He squirms in his seat as you lick your lips. He can still taste you. The memory of your shared kiss on the abandoned highway burned into his memory. The fact that he knows that you taste... The fact that he knows what you taste like drives him crazy like nothing else has before. Fuck. Adam puts the phone down, almost slamming it onto the nightstand. I just realized this fucker broke my phone. I just caught on to that. My phone. I don't have a phone. He feels so fucking perverted and disgusted with himself. Why did he do that just now? He shouldn't have looked. Because now he wants to scroll through your feed until he's seen every inch of you so he can devour you with his eyes and commit each detail to memory. So you can find a perfect place to stab next? Huh? Even the foreboding voice warning him away from this path is drowned out by the roaring in his ears and the blood thump. Adam grips the armrest of the chair so tight that his nails break because he's afraid if he moves an inch, he's going to reach for his phone again. Watch single one of those videos and it chimes once. A text. Adam risks picking up his phone, only looking at the notification on the lock screen. Saffron's name pops up, and the preview message is just two simple words. Found them. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Nope. Nuh-uh. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You did not find me. I don't know what you're talking about. Find me? Me? Nope. No, you didn't find me. Nope. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. You arrive at an old rundown trailer park, pulling onto a dirt drive that leads to a selection of mobile homes clustered together as if gathered for a congregation. Wooden slats meant to serve as fencing offers a piss-poor attempt to separate them and provide some form of privacy for the local residents. A few people chatter in the middle of the road and ignore you while you're forced to navigate around them. You almost take out a portion of the aforementioned fence, which garners a visceral reaction from one of the men standing in the road. He shouts profanities after you and whacked the bumper of your car with his steel-toed boot before you can drive away. A cute little welcome back to the neighborhood present, all in the form of a new dent. How lucky! You just can't wait to beg your aunt to stay. White knuckle gripping the steering wheel, you follow the rocky road, right up until you come across a double-wide trailer painted tan with a slightly darker trim. The lawn is freshly trimmed. There's a lovely cactus garden growing, and that's not your stop. Nope, it's a teeny tiny trailer sitting next to the double wide where looking flamingos dapple the lawn in splashes of neon pink. Your new possible home. The teeny tiny trailer, not the double wide. Again, you're oh so lucky. You really should start playing the lottery. Putting your car in the park right next to a potted plant that's browned and withered, you step out and notice one of the blinds shifting as though someone bent to peer out of it only to quickly pull away. You head for the front door, actively avoiding the middle step of the porch, which remains unfixed after it caved in 2 years back. You raise your hand to knock, but it opens before you can. A hand reaches out from the darkness and latches onto your wrist, causing memories of Adam doing the exact same thing to come flooding back in a rush of panic and fear. He can't be here. He can't. Before you can open your mouth to even scream, the hand yanks you inside, and they're clamping over your lips as the door clicks shut. Your pulse palpitates in fear as you try struggling out of your captor's hold. Where's the save? Oh. I want to bite it. I shouldn't bite it. It might be my aunt. I go limp. You allow your body to slump, catching your assailant off guard. They stumble as your body weight pulls them forward, and you manage to twist and spin out of their grasp. They manage to catch themselves mid-fall. You squint in the darkness and recognize the silhouette. Feminine, and definitely not Adam. The voice is distinctly female. Aunt Ruth? What the hell was that for? Yep, it's your aunt, all right. I thought you were someone else. Who else would I be? No one else lives here, you stupid brat. She turns, and you hear the deadbolt lock into place, followed by the rapid succession of 4 more clicks coming soon after. When did she get all those extra locks? There was only one the last time you checked. Aunt Ruth? Shh. Spittle flies from her lips as she shushes you, and your mouth clamps shut with a resounding snap of your teeth. You watch as your aunt presses her ear against the door, quieting her breathing like she's afraid someone will overhear. There's only 2 possible reasons for this. Either the problematic neighbors are drawing penises on her flamingos again, or something really sketchy is going on. No pun intended. When Ruth finally pulls away from the door, she breathes a dramatic sigh of relief, full on pressing a hand to her chest and thanking God as if you're not standing there, witnessing the whole debacle. Before you can comment on her erratic behavior, your aunt turns to you with her arms crossed over her chest, collecting her tongue. Now tell me why you're here. Because I want to live. When you don't answer fast enough for her liking, she sneers. What? Did your uncle demand you take something else from me? Sorry to disappoint the 2 of you, but I have nothing left to give. I'm not here because of him. I'm here because my living situation has gotten a bit complicated, and I need a place to stay while I sort things out. Your aunt's eyes narrow, or at least you imagine they do, considering you can't see due to the distinct lack of lighting. But you know your aunt's change in expression due to the disturbance in the air, a slight shift in the winds. You've trained long and hard to read a situation like this, guided by your Jedi ancestors. Okay, Star Wars, jokes aside, you just know her by now. Ah, so you're only visiting because you want something from me. Why am I not surprised? The comment irks you. Who were you delivering those guns for again? Certainly not yourself. That road trip from hell is the entire reason you're in this mess with Adam in the first place. If you never cross paths, and it's not like you want to room with her, but you got nowhere else to go. Not when you discovered your worst fear a couple of hours earlier. aka 2 hours earlier. Oh. After repairing your shoulder and taking a quick power nap in the front seat of your car, you find yourself sandwiched between booths at Briar's Bar and Grill, nursing a glass of water with an empty plate in front of you. You were drawn in by the warm smells and advertisement of cheap food. Searching your car for pocket change, you managed to scrounge up just enough in order to get something decent and moderately filling. And the way your jaw unhinged when you dug into your meal kind of scared the waiter off. He hasn't asked to refill your glass, and every time you glance over at him, he looks a little pale, opting to converse with other patrons instead. Not that you mind. As long as you're allowed to loiter while you come up with a plan, you don't mind the lack of service. Besides, after running into Adam and Saffron, conversing with normal people proves difficult. You struggled a bit before, which is why your inner circle of friends remains few and far between. And now everyone is a potential threat, and in order to survive, you need to approach things carefully. This includes interacting with strangers. What you need is a friend or family member you can trust. Someone who can help you while you try to decide if you're going to keep your apartment or skip town. A temporary place of refuge. You make a mental list of potential prospects, crossing out those who live out of state or those whom you've lost contact with, eliminating almost everyone in the process. All except for one. Aunt Ruth comes to mind due to her sheer proximity and availability rather than the level of trust you share with her. But she's your best bet. Still, you can return home and put this thing behind you, thanks to the possibility of Adam losing interest. Maybe he thought you were an easy target. And you weren't. So maybe. A drunken shout draws your attention towards the front of the bar, where an older gentleman waves a busted TV remote in the air. Batteries! Get me fucking batteries! I'm gonna miss the big game because of this stupid celebrity bullshit. His words slur together in a tangled mess. When the bartender ignores him, the man leans across the counter and tries yanking at the man's pants. The bartender rolls his eyes as he cleans a glass with a white dish towel and simply steps away. We've been over this, Jamie. Please don't make me call the police on you again. The drunk man, or Jamie, as the bartender called him, slumps back in his seat and grumbles as he chucks the remote onto the bar. He folds his arm over his chest like a spoiled child who just got told he couldn't have dessert before dinner. Your eyes glide up towards the TV to see what channel the TV's stuck on when your entire body goes rigid. Adam. On screen, the camera captures close-up shots of Adam's signature purple hair to his iconic earring before finally landing on his face. He beams at the camera with the same exact smile he wore moments before he plunged a knife into your shoulder. A wolf in sheep's clothing. He really knows how to blend in, huh? Your nails dig into the meat of your thigh, wishing you could expose his true identity when the camera switches over to the interviewer who already wears a smile of her own. She introduced herself as Lawrence de Tavano and exudes practiced confidence that can only develop after years of working with A-list celebrities. Today we're here with Adam... Godden? Composer and lead vocalist of Cake. She turns to him and straightens a stack of laminated cards on her knee. Now, Adam, I heard about the accident and wanted to make sure you can handle doing this interview. Don't worry about rescheduling and just be honest with me. How are you feeling? Your stomach plummets at the mention of an accident. An interview from today? Sure enough, there's a slight bulge underneath his shirt, right above his hip bone. Clear-cut evidence he made his way off the highway with the scars to prove it. Part of you wishes he'd bled out on the asphalt, but you knew the blade didn't go deep enough to cause irreversible damage. You meant to maim, not kill, unlike a certain someone. And now here that certain someone is, continuing on with his life while you're loitering at an 18 and up bar out of fear. What complete and utter bullshit. I'm great, Lawrence, and happy to be here. My injury was pretty shallow, and we're just taking extra precautions to ensure my recovery goes smoothly. I'll be up and running again in no time at all. He turned towards the camera, and you tense on reflex. It's as if he's looking straight in at you with those sharp, introspective eyes. The smile he gives the camera comes slow and mocking. After all, you can't get rid of me that easily. Lawrence gives a good-natured laugh, but the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. To anyone else, he's a man determined to get back on his feet, but you know the comment was meant for you. It's his small way of saying he's not letting you go. Not by a long shot. You stare at the melting ice in your glass, trying to control your breathing as the interviewer presses a hand over her heart. I think I can speak for most of us when I say we're happy to hear that you have such a wonderful support system taking care of you. Now, you mentioned a while back that you and the members of Cake are pretty close. I assume they're a part of your support system? Of course, they're like my brothers. They're my family. Same goes for my manager. Oh? And then does he tell his found family about his cute hobby of disemboweling people? They go on brotherly bonding expeditions and laugh in the faces of their victims? Are all the members of Cake just as messed up as their leader? Or, a better question yet, are they all looking for you, the lamb who managed to escape the slaughter? Panic rises in your throat. You pinch the bridge of your nose, close your eyes, and breathe deep as you hear the soft coos of the audience. You can't let him get the best of you. You'll get through this. And besides, what are the odds the rest of his band members know and participate in what he does? The chances are slim. You're okay. You're safe. He's probably the only person looking for you right now, and he's busy and live on TV. You're fine. You glare back up at the screen with newfound determination, and Lawrence smiles, her severe features softened by the expression. I can tell you, and I'm sorry, what was your manager's name again? Saffron. Adam leans back in his seat, crossing one leg over the other, wearing the most radiant smile as he looks at the camera. Saffron Albrecht. Your heart stops for a moment. He did not just say Saffron. Not the same Saffron you ran into hours earlier. There's no fucking way he found you that easily. But your gut tells you he did. And now Saffron's card burns a hole through your pocket. Unable to ignore the facts any longer, you withdraw your wallet from your pocket with shaking fingers and pluck out a business card given to you hours earlier. Sure enough, embossed in white ink, Saffron's full name stares back at you. Saffron Albrecht. Saffron Albrecht, who works with Adam's band. Saffron Albrecht, who licked your blood off his fingers like it was Gamer Gal bath water. The same man who ran into you at the gas station, which is only a 10-minute drive from here. That's Saffron Albrecht. He knows what your car looks like and the license plate numbers. He saw you get in it. He watched as you drove away. You thought it was odd he didn't follow you. You were prepared for that because you thought he was just another creep. But now, you stand up so sharply you almost knock your table over as you frantically scamper out of the booth. This is bad. Really bad. There's no doubt that your meeting with Saffron wasn't just a big coincidence. He was probably patrolling the entire area looking for you, and bada bing, he found you within 24 hours. You can only surmise one reason he didn't come after you. It's because he's saving you for Adam. And once Adam finds out what area you've been hiding yourself in, he's going to come for you. And not the sexy kind of come either. You need to leave and get to your aunt's house. And now. You almost steamroll past the waiter carrying a large platter and apologize over your shoulder as you hurry out the front doors. A voice calls out to you, but you ignore it, too occupied with getting the hell out of Dodge. The Arizona heat almost knocks you off your feet for the second time today, but you power through as you race towards your car and hop inside. The waiter who called after you is frantically waving his hands over his head. You rev the engine and peel out of the parking lot, not even paying attention to the waiter or what he holds in his hands. Current time. Park Bend, Arizona. Go home. I'm not here to run a charity case. Aunt Ruth's harsh words snap you out of your flashback. They're clipped, leaving zero room for debate as she rifles through a nearby cupboard. There's a bunch of liquor inside. Vodka, rum, moonshine even. A good portion of them are half drained, and your aunt scratches her head, muttering to herself. When she notices you watching, she slams the cupboard shut. Go on, leave. I already told you, you're not welcome here. Now get. From the set of her jaw to the outward jut of her hip, you can tell she's 2.2 seconds from going off. She's a stubborn woman with southern grit and a nasty attitude to boot. But if there's one thing you know about her, it's her weakness for free manual labor. The entire reason she claimed to have married your uncle was because he took over the housework and paid the bills. A bona fide user, but you need to barter with her for a safe place to stay. Your eyes drift towards the sink, clustered with grimy dishes and cups filled with souring milk. They tower like a fragile stack of cards ready to blow. You pick up a fork with dried flecks of something on the tin tines and wave it around. I'll take care of any and all chores if you let me stay. Her lips twist just like she sucked on a moldy lemon. But her jaw loosens and her initial stubbornness recedes. And grocery runs? Done and done. She hesitates, but clearly it's just for show because she wants you to think she's doing you the world's biggest favor. Then, fine. But if you slack off, I'll boot your ass back where little old Lorraine sleeps. Lorraine's a cactus. She's talking about a cactus. Won't be a problem. Aunt Ruth glances at her cabinet filled with the devil's juice, a cold name she and your uncle called their liquor in front of you when you were a kid. When he asked for some at a tender age of 9, your uncle gave you normal juice instead and tinged it with red food coloring. When your aunt threw a fit, after she found out he gave you the last cup. Her temper tantrum lasted for 4 days. Yeah, an adult woman rampaging about juice. And there's a reason your uncle's your favorite relative, despite not being blood related to you. Aunt Ruth opens the cupboard once more. While she's busy, you replace your fork with a sharp knife and hide it in your pants despite the fact that it's dirty. Better to be prepared if you're going out again. Then make yourself useful and get me a carton of orange juice for my vodka and 3 scratch tickets, the $5 ones. She locates her purse and hands you 2 crumpled $20 bills. If there's anything left over, get some paper plates. You got it. You're about to reach for the door, but quick as a whip, she's already ahead of you and unlatching all the locks. You don't even have time to think as you're ushered outside and tossed onto the porch. The door slams behind you, followed by locks snapping into place. You look at the money in your hands and reach for your back pocket where your wallet should be. Only, it's not there. You search your car next, underneath your seats, in the center console as well as your glove compartment box. Not there either. And then you remember the waiter calling after you, trying to draw your attention. Now you understand why. You left your wallet at the bar. Shit. No, I'm not ready. Nope. I am not mentally prepared. Nope. No. We'll continue this later. I'm not mentally prepared. I'm really not. We got a safe place to stay. Yeah, I'm not mentally prepared. We're just... It's lit. I'm not mentally prepared. I gotta take a break. I need a break. Ow, my eye. Hang on. Oh. Ah. Okay. Ow, my apple. I think that was a sign I needed to take a break. But... Oh, I'm not ready. I don't... I want to finish chapter 1 though. I want to read... You want to read fan fiction of this? You want to read fan fiction of this? Okay. You know. Whatever floats your boat, Lila. I feel like we're almost... Hang on. Like, I feel like we're almost done with chapter 1. So I don't want to stop. But at the same time, I'm just a hot mess. Oh my goodness. I really wish I knew how many, like, character switcheroos there were. So I could just plan. But something tells me, even if I were to Google it, I'm not going to find, like, a plan or anything. But, like, you know what? We're just gonna keep going. I feel like we're close to the end of chapter 1. We're just gonna keep going. We can do this. I can do this. Is his hair darker? Adam enters Briar's Bar and Grill with slumped shoulders and the aura of a man who just lost everything. He pulls his baseball cap down to shield his eyes as he takes a seat at the bar before waving the bartender over. What can I get you? No, bartender has a model. I don't trust him. What can I get you? Adam makes sure his voice cracks a little around the edges as he answers. A bourbon on the rocks, please. He lets out a pathetic sniff while the bartender pulls out a glass. He works with practiced efficiency, but Adam can sense the man's growing curiosity and concern over his behavior by certain cues in his body language. Like the way that the bartender chews at his lip as if he's debating on asking if Adam's alright. Or the way he places Adam's drink of choice in front of him, soft and polite as if he's afraid of startling a deer. He's a natural empath, and one that can easily be exploited for information. Perfect. Is there anything else I can get you? Adam solemnly shakes his head. No, I'm fine. Thank you, though. He keeps his voice soft and quiet as he rubs away the condensation on the lip of the glass. He forces himself to keep a straight face as the man shifts from foot to foot. It's almost too easy. Then, as predicted, hey, are you okay, man? Adam swallows thickly, and he can feel the man growing more and more worried. He's got his attention. This is perfect. Just got a lot going on. I'm sorry. He sighs and pushes away the drink. I don't even feel like drinking this. I'm just a mess right now. And the man hesitates, but puts Adam's bourbon off to the side and braces his crossed arms against the countertop as he leans forward. Adam scrubs a hand down his face to hide his smirk. He really should try out for acting one of these days. He's too good at it. Oh no. No. After he finds you and slits your pretty little throat, he'll bring up the idea to Saffron. Knowing Saffron and his desire for the band to reach grander heights, he's almost certain he'll agree. But first things first, he'll need to weasel some information out of this guy. You can talk about it if you want. I'll listen. Adam shakes his head, face still covered. It's so hard not to laugh. Why are these people so easy? He clears his throat of laughter, although the bartender will think otherwise. I don't want to bother you. I've already done enough today. No, it's okay. That's what bartenders are here for. Yeah? He's so sweet and sincere. Adam could puke. But instead, Adam just lowers his hand and lets out a deep, shuddering breath. It's silly, but I got into a fight with my significant other. And started off as a light argument. They were frustrated over something I said, and I responded negatively because I didn't think it was that bad. Adam sniffs again. Then it spiraled from there, and they ran out of the house. I spent hours looking for them, but I don't know where they ran off to, and they won't answer their phone. I'm so scared they got hurt. The bartender grows solemn. Well, maybe I can keep an eye out and tell them you were looking for them. What do they look like? Adam whips out his phone and shows him a picture of you. It's one he grabbed off your social media and saved for this exact purpose, photoshopping the two of you together in order to feed into a story. The bartender takes Adam's phone and scratches the back of his head. Oh, yeah. Actually, they were here a couple of hours ago. Adam perks up. Really? And they're okay? They're not hurt? The man gives Adam his phone back. No, they seemed a bit jittery and left their wallet behind. He pats the back of his pocket for emphasis. I picked it up and tried calling after them, but they seemed like they were in a hurry. I'm keeping it on hand in case they come back looking for it. Adam looks down at your photo with faked fondness. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Maybe they're still near here. Sorry I couldn't help more. Adam allows a few fake tears to slip from his eyes, and he rubs them away with his thumb and forefinger. As if on cue, the bartender rounds the counter and smooths Adam with a comforting pat to the back. A warm, comforting presence to some, but to Adam, it's annoying. Pathetic. Still, he's given him the perfect opportunity, and what kind of man would Adam be if he didn't take it? He stands up and hugs the bartender, who stiffens in surprise at his sudden gesture. Adam gives the man a hard squeeze around the shoulders, playing up his gratefulness in order to distract him from where his other hand travels. His fingertips brush the top of your wallet, and without hesitation, he slips it out and into his own back pocket. This happens within a matter of seconds. The bartender doesn't even notice, nor does anyone else. He's got what he wanted, plus more. Now it's time for him to leave before he overstays his welcome. He withdraws a decent-sized tip and places it on the counter. Thank you again, really. Before the bartender can even respond, his eyes going wide at the amount of money, Adam's already out the door and heading back to his car. He inspects your wallet a few minutes later, away from prying eyes at a rest stop. Adam smirks to himself as he draws it out with a relish. Who would have known you would have been this careless? For someone who's evaded him so long, you keep making mistake after mistake. It's really sad. He hums to himself, tapping a corner of your wallet to his lips while grinning. Damn. He wishes he could see the expression on your face when you return to the bar to find out someone was looking for you. You're smart enough to draw your own conclusion from this trail of breadcrumbs. He licks his lips, delighted at the pleasurable thought of you trembling in fear like a lost little lamb cornered by the big, nasty wolf when the bartender tells you. Will you die on the spot right then and there? Or will you wait for him to show his face first before succumbing to the realization that he's inescapable? He hopes it's the latter. Adam can't wait for the chance to finally break you. Please don't, the ghost. But he needs to find you in order to do so. He looks back down at your wallet and traces the fox black leather of his thumb, noting the worn inside and distinct smell of you. It's almost too much. The way you flood his senses with your cloyingly sweet scent. So he breathes through his mouth and focuses on sorting instead. Adam gets a sense of who you are as he rifles through your reward cards, studies your driver's license, and counts each coin to the last penny. He gleans superficial facts about you, things easy to spot even without your wallet, and put them aside for a rainy day. Next are your crumpled up receipts. He scours through them. They range from small purchases to much larger grocery runs. None of them are relevant. He glosses through each of them with learned efficiency until he lands on the last one. It belongs to a gas station that's quite out of the way from your residential area. The date is from yesterday, early in the morning, and quite a few hours before you pulled over to help him, thinking he was a hitchhiker. He doesn't know why he drove down that deserted highway. He never needed to ask why people did things they did before he killed them because they never escaped. Not until you. But these are the most important questions, because they're possibly a clue to where you're hiding. For what reason did you go into the outskirts of Parkben? And why do so before making what he assumed was a long trip? He searches the other receipts for possible answers, but there is none. Adam leans back in his seat, pondering over loose theories, none of which hold any merit. Then it hits him. You were visiting someone, maybe a friend or a relative or a lover. It doesn't matter why you visited them, but the possibility that you did, as well as the possibility that you were hiding out at their place, could lead him back to you. Shit. It would explain the lack of receipts. And there's no other reason for you to visit. Any groceries would sit in a blistering hot car for hours, and he doubts you visited a restaurant. No, you visited someone. But who? That's for me to know and for you to find out. And that's a question he can't solve on his own, not without help. He flips open his phone and calls Saffron. I need you to do something for me. Me again. Huh. I don't like you. You sit outside in your idling car while beating yourself up for a solid 10 minutes. Mistakes were made, one piled on top of another and crushing you under their weight. The biggest being the fact that you agreed to drop off those stupid guns. You should have played sick. Or let your phone drift to voicemail, because when your family calls, it's never for anything good. You want to bang your head against the dashboard until you pass out. Of course, you left your wallet, because of course, everything that will go wrong. You're so fucking tired of this. Of the games, of hiding, of panicking, of not knowing what to do. Adam should be the one who's afraid, not you. Not when he's the one who has everything left to lose while you have nothing. But he's after your life, and while it's shitty at times, you're kind of attached to it. Going out once for a grocery one wouldn't be so bad if you could just order future stuff online. But losing your license and debit card means you have to wait. And the last time you tried replacing your debit card, it got lost in the mail and you were forced to wait 2 extra weeks. The delivery service sucks here. So, more than likely, it's going to happen a second time around. which leaves you with two options. Either go back to the bar, risk running into Mr. Relentless, but minimize the need to go outside as frequently. Or hope the delivery guys don't fail you and risk going out to get groceries for the next few weeks. Neither option is great. But going to the bar makes for one big risk while the other makes for multiple. The choice is obvious. You have to return to the bar. You look at the cash your aunt handed you, wishing she used debit cards instead. But the woman refuses to expose herself to online feds and works under the table. Everything comes either in crisp dollar bills or nothing at all. She always errs on the side of caution, but in all honesty, maybe you should take a few notes from her book. Especially with Adam on your tail. But you at least have something you didn't last time. The sharp kitchen knife glints in the passenger seat. Sure, it's grimy, but at least you can defend yourself rather than being defenseless. You mentally prepare yourself on the drive over. There's no telling if you'll have to use it. Aunt Ruth? Aunt Ruth! Why are we going through Aunt Ruth's POV? Park Bend, Arizona. Aunt Ruth stands behind her bed. I need a drink. Ruth stands beside her bed, looking down at an old photograph from before she ever got married. The one where she's in front of her old church the day after her high school graduation. I'm guessing that's her. Here, she's younger, prettier, hopeful for the future. A sharp contrast to the woman reflected in the glass. Her eyes tired from battling nightmares and skin wrinkled from age. How would her younger self feel seeing her now? Probably ashamed and disgusted. She knows herself well enough to see that much. Back in those days, everything was sorted into neat little boxes, and anything that stood outside of it was a menace to society. And those ideals matched that of her friends perfectly. So much so that her mother used to tease the six of them about being a hive mind. She's also the one that took this photo, catching Ruth and her friends mid-laughter with their matching cotton dresses of alternating teals and pinks. How many years has it been since then? She's lost count. It's hard to keep track of months and days and years when they all bleed together in one monotonous heap. Her ex-husband was the reason she was able to keep track of time. And now he's gone, taking all of her precious guns with him. Did he know the real reason why she slept with a knife under her pillow and a revolver in her nightstand? Did he take them out of spite? Or is he really that thick-headed? She'll never know. Ruth places the photo back into her drawer for safekeeping and places the frame face down before slamming the drawer shut. She doesn't want anyone to lay eyes on her one treasure. The rest of the photographs she had got lost after she moved from state to state. Now it's all she has left of. There's a crash and Ruth screams before slapping her hands over her mouth. What was that? Her gaze skates over to the source of the crash, and she watches as a large hand grips the ledge of the window. Oh no. No. Did they find her? The same person that got Alice and Grandy in Chelsea? Yet, who else could it be? There's no one else who would do this. No one else she's feared for all this time. But how did they find her? She's always been careful, never leaving too many traces of herself online and moving when she needed to. How are they here? Then it clicks. You must have brought them here. You stupid little... There's a crunch of boots and a soft huff of breath as someone crawls in with a head full of dark blue hair. Ruth watches with horror as a figure drops to the floor with practiced ease and rises from the ground like Lucifer himself rising from hell. The intruder wipes the sweat off of his forehead, giving a soft little huff of breath from the effort of breaking in. It's so nonchalant, like he's used to getting away with this sort of thing without facing any repercussions. This roots her to the ground, her body frozen in place. Move. Move. Her breathing comes in unsteady pants. She can't bring herself to even wiggle a pinky finger. She's so scared. Why is she so weak? She's always been so weak. Back then with her friend, back then with her, and now with this man who poses a threat to her life. And, oh God, help her. The man takes his time facing Ruth as he peels off his blue wig and cap, tossing them both to the ground with relish. He groans as he raises his head, massaging his scalp underneath the tangled mess of purple hair. His cross earrings glint in the light, capturing Ruth's full attention. Wait a moment. Why does he have that? She knows that earring, but she hasn't seen it since the unfortunate news about Clarissa came out, and back then it wasn't an earring. In fact, it was a pendant that belonged on a necklace. A gift she gave to Clarissa for her birthday so many odd years ago. So where did he get it? Ah, now that's much better. The man groans and Ruth stiffens at the melodic nature of his voice. It's almost eerie how similar he sounds, just a more masculine version of her. And those eyes. Ruth's hand flies to her mouth as she tries covering her shock. You're not who I'm looking for. His boots crunch over the broken glass as he covers the distance between them. She shrinks back. Please don't hurt me. The intruder slowly lifts his arms so she can see the hilt of the blade tucked at his side. He smirks at the way she shrinks back, revealing in the effect he has on her. He's sick. Twisted. Ruth backs up against her nightstand. Her fingertips drift towards the handle of the drawer, and she works on inching it outward. What do you want from me? Don't you see I have nothing to give? I'd beg to differ, but I'm not the begging sort. His eyes wander over to where she's inching the drawer open. What do you have in there? I don't. She yanks the drawer open and her fingers brush metal before Adam yanks her hand away by the... Oops. I guess it's time to save. Ruth shrieks as he towers over her. You're not supposed to play with guns. They're dangerous, you know. He says, flicking his free hand towards the revolver. And you wouldn't accidentally want to hurt me, would you? Ruth's bottom lip trembles. She can't bring herself to answer, and the intruder rolls his eyes before they land on a picture hidden in her nightstand. Oh, what's this? He tries to grab her treasure, and Ruth's brain regains connectivity, grabbing his arm before he can. Don't touch that! There's venom in her voice, surprising both her and the intruder. The man actually cracks an annoyed smile. Ah, I see the family resemblance now. Turns out you've got a bit of piss and vinegar in you as well. And honestly, it's really fucking annoying. He rips Ruth's hand off of his arm, sending her tumbling onto her bed. Before she can make another attempt to stop him, the man picks up the group photo with a defiant smirk. Ruth knows when he spots her, because his entire body goes rigid, eyes snapping wide like blinds on a window. He mouths a single word, and just like that, Ruth's suspicions are confirmed. She never knew what happened to him. She didn't even recognize him at first because he's grown so much and changed everything about himself. But now, I'm sure you don't remember me, Adam, but Adam's face goes stone cold, and the heat in the room drops 20 degrees, chilling Ruth to the bone. He grips the frame so hard the wood cracks from the pressure. Well, isn't this interesting? He looks down at her, and the hatred in his eyes is absolute. If he didn't want to kill her before, she's almost certain he does now. There's no reason he wouldn't at this point. They both know what she's done, the grief she caused, that all of them caused, and now her karma has returned tenfold. She's going to die, and she knows it. Ruth scrambles backward on the bed before she hits the wall as he withdraws his knife. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Adam cocks his head, his grip on the hilt white-knuckled. No, you aren't. Ruth screams as the steel descends on her, causing a few lazy crows resting on her back lawn to go shooting up towards the graying skies. Oh no. Moonsun season sure picks one hell of a time to pop up. Torrential rain starts pouring down and soaking through your t-shirt, pants, and the worst offender of all, your socks, as you make your way into the bar. Your stomach growls at the fresh, warm scent of food, and you crave both something to eat and a fresh change of clothes, without having to wait until you get back to your aunt's trailer. Not to mention cleaning a massive stack of dishes if you want any utensils. You're pretty sure something in that sink winked at you. Ew. Maybe you can sneak a purchase for some cheap rubber gloves from Dollar Street while on your way back. A woman bustles past you and stomps on your foot as you try to make your way towards a waitress. Fuck, that smarts. Did she just stab your big toe with her 4-inch pump on purpose? By the way, she's smirking while texting on her phone. Sure says as much. What the heck was that for? Well, don't cut in line. You scowl, resisting the urge to pull an Adam by chucking her phone into the fish tank sitting nearby. But the fish didn't do anything wrong. You instead turn away and head towards the front, tossing a brief explanation over your shoulder. Not that you owe her one. I'm just here to get my wallet. I'm not waiting for a table. She grabs your arm, pulling you back, snarling. Hey, I said, wait your turn. The action reminds you of him, and something inside of you snaps under the weight of it. Her next words die on her lips as you turn to face the woman, in red filled with so much audacity. Her hand drops limply at her side. When you move towards her, she holds her hands up, and you realize it's not your face she's afraid of. She's staring at your side where the kitchen knife rests. Ah, that makes a lot more sense. Well, it works well enough for you as long as she doesn't start complaining to staff. You don't really need the added trouble of getting pulled into a police station. You've got enough to worry about. I'm not here to cause trouble. I just forgot something, so can you leave me well enough alone? The woman nods, swallowing hard while she takes a step back. A few people behind her grow curious and peer over her shoulder. Great. Gotta love the scene she's causing, giving you yet another reason to hurry and get the hell out of here. When you make it past the crowd, you manage to catch one of the waitresses' attention while she bustles from a table to table by tapping on her shoulder. Excuse me, but has anyone here found a wallet? The waitress jabs her thumb towards the bar, chewing loudly in her gum. Thomas mentioned something about finding one earlier. Oh, thanks. She waves you off as she continues on her next table while you head towards a man dipped from head to toe in tattoo ink. As you approach, you overhear him making jokes with the middle-aged patron who pats at his pot belly. And Jesse says dad bods are all the rage these days. The tattooed man, Thomas, chuckles as he pours the patron a drink and slides it over with well-practiced aim. They're not wrong, you know. I'm sure you'll find someone who appreciates you for you. Just do yourself a solid and delete Winder. That coming from personal experience? Heard about it from friends, actually. I'm not really into the dating or hookup scenes, so all of my horror stories come from them. The patron nods in understanding. Here's to that. Winder is dog shit. Thomas chuckles again, but stops once you step up to the bar. He gives you a once-over. His brow wrinkles, lips pursing. Have I seen you before? Maybe from earlier? I accidentally left my wallet behind and heard you found one. Thomas snaps his fingers, finally placing you. Right, I tried tracing after you, but you left in such a rush I didn't manage to return it in time. He's hot? I don't trust him because he has a model. I don't trust him. Everyone in this game is a yandere. I don't trust him. The patron takes one large swig of his drink before he stands up from the bar and nods towards Thomas. He pushes a crisp $20 bill his way. I guess that's my cue. Thomas holds a finger up. You've had a few. And is Jesse on their way to pick you up? The patron rolls his eyes and waves Thomas off. Yeah, they're already parked outside. Thomas nods his approval, and the patron gives both you and Thomas a 2-finger salute before making his exit. Thomas pats the now empty space in front of him. Feel free to sit. Can I get you anything? No, that's okay. I just came to get my wallet. Don't want to chat with old Roy, eh? I'm a bit offended. Meh. His smile says he's not the least bit offended. You like him almost immediately, but you're also in a hurry to get in, and just in case Adam somehow figures out you're here. I'm in a bit of a rush, but maybe next time. Pinky promise? He says it and actually sticks out his pinky. You laugh, and God, it's been so long since you've laughed as you hook your pinky with his. It's a deal. Thomas grins all boyish sincerity before drawing away and wiping down the other patron's glass. I'm glad to hear it. So, out of curiosity, did you and your boo make up? Your what now? My boo? You know, your man, your partner, your lover. Your mood shifts from soft, vibrant yellow, glowing and happy to an uncertain purple tinged with fear. What he says makes no sense. He came in here earlier looking for you. He said you two got into a fight and you ran off. He was really worried, you know, afraid you got hurt or something. There's no doubt in my mind that man loves you. You scrunch your eyes closed as if he'll stop his words. There's only one man searching for you, and he wants you dead. Adam. But how did he come in here without people noticing? He couldn't have, unless... Oh, that little shit. He disguised himself, didn't he? Talk about being a chameleon, changing shape and personality to suit his environment. You probably already know that, though. You give a non-committal smile. Something like that. Thomas accepts this answer, and he reaches into his back pocket. He frowns. Strange. We got busy earlier, so I just kept your wallet on hand. Did I drop it by accident? He lost it? No. Wait. If Adam was here, he probably managed to get his grubby little hands on your property somehow. Which is bad. Because knowing him, he's going to figure out a way to locate where you're staying. You don't know how? But your sixth sense is tingling. I'm so sorry. I swear The phone behind him rings, and he holds up a finger, mouthing another apology before he answers. Hello, Thomas from Byers Bar and Grill speaking. How may I help you? There's a pause, and Thomas rubs the back of his neck as he turns towards you. He mouths, Your boyfriend's on the phone. He knows you're here. Is he calling from outside, waiting for you to come out? Come out wherever you are? He's the type to turn this entire charade of his into a game. Thomas covers the receiver. You should really talk to him. Yeah, because talking will solve the bad blood going on between you and Adam. He wants to impale you on the tail end of his knife. But Thomas doesn't know that. Fine, let me talk to him. He motioned for the phone, and Thomas hands it over with a smile. Oh, this poor, sweet, naive man. Adam tricked him too, just like everyone else. Your words are cutting as you answer, wanting to get the first word in edgewise before you hear his stupid voice. Hello, honey. You hear sniffling and soft, quiet sobs of a woman. It's not what you were expecting. Hello? You can hear Adam speaking in the background to someone. When the crying woman speaks, horror floods you like a broken dam. That's... Help me. You grip the receiver so tight you almost break it. Thomas mouths, Is everything okay? You wave him off, trying to appear more calm than you feel. How did he get to Ruth? How did he find her? How did he... Adam comes onto the line, unnervingly chipper. Hear that? She's begging for your help. Won't you come and help her? Let her go. There's more shuffling, and your poor aunt's sobs get louder, and you can hear her begging for Adam to put his knife away. You grind your teeth so hard you almost break one. How dare he? How dare he go for your family? When you get your hands on him, you'll go straight for the throat. You know, I didn't think looking for you would lead me to this shit stain, but as it turns out, maybe fate does in fact exist. Who would have thought? I guess I'll have to reassess my beliefs. That is between me and you fucking asshole. Leave other people out of this. Oof. Touchy, touchy. You're getting all worked up, and here I am being nice to put your dear aunt on the phone. I'd say I'm being quite generous given the circumstances. What circumstances? Are you talking about stalking me to the ends of the earth? Because if I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a bit obsessed with me. Careful, Adam, or I'll start thinking you've got an unrequited crush. Words come out scathing, sharp as a kitchen knife hidden in your pants. And Adam goes silent on the other end. There's a sharp cry, and Adam responds with venom. Ever suggest something like that again, and I'll start chopping off parts of her body. You bite your lip to keep from saying anything else. It's one thing if it's between you and him, but another when your aunt's involved. She may not be your favorite person, but you still don't want to see her hurt. What do you want from me, Adam? You know what I want. You hate him. God, you hate him. You wish a stray bolt of thunder would blast him out of this existence and isekai his sorry butt into a world of pain and suffering. Fine. Just leave Ruth out of this. Aw, acting so brave. It's kind of cute the way you're puffing yourself up to be the bigger person, when in reality you're just a scared little kitten. Are you going to scratch me with those little claws of yours? He's baiting you. Anything you say will give him room to hurt Ruth, and knowing him, he'll blame it on your behavior rather than his own sadistic tendencies. You keep your mouth shut. What? Cat got your tongue? When you still don't answer, he turns mocking. Hello? Hello? Are you still there? If you don't answer within the next minute, I'll drill a hole into your beloved aunt's head. I don't get you. What was that? You're kind of quiet. I said I don't get you. Your hand slams against the countertop, and Thomas jumps from where he's standing, halting the conversation between him and a new patron. Lover's quarrel, he explained to the patron, and Thomas, who stares at you with concern. Back to Adam. You lower your voice a few octaves. I didn't even go to the police. I've left you well enough alone. Why can't you return the damn favor? Because you're a stain on this world, just like this aunt of yours. What do you even know about me? I've done nothing to you. I know enough. Now I suggest you refrain yourself from throwing another tantrum, or I'll make do on my promises. You do as I say, I'll let your aunt live. You mean live long enough for her to watch as you slit my throat? Adam chuckles darkly. Either way, she gets to live another minute. If you don't comply, I'll kill her here and now. And not to mention, I've got eyes on that bar. They'll track you wherever you go. Now you'll be good and come back to me, won't you? You close your eyes, trying not to have a mental breakdown. You're trapped like a rat in a cage. And if you even try telling Thomas to call for help, he's going to kill Aunt Ruth the second you open your mouth. There's only one available option. You have to face him again. Your literal worst nightmare. Fine. Where do you want to meet? Do I really need to spell it out for you? The trailer? Adam gives a slow clap, sarcasm dripping in his tone. Congratulations! You put 2 and 2 together. Now hurry up, or she'll play the consequences. Your aunt screams, and then the line goes dead with you standing in place trying to keep from hurling. And the tang of bile in the back of your throat, both strong and acidic. Your thoughts spiral out of control in a vicious tornado, tearing through common sense and destroying your sanity by the minute. Adam resorted to using your own family as a bargaining chip in order to get what he wants. He's got Aunt Ruth. He's got Aunt Ruth. And it's all your fault. It doesn't matter how you feel about her. This is your fight, and now she's been drugged into the middle of this sick and twisted game Adam is playing. You couldn't forgive yourself if she died because of you. You have to save her. You have to. A hand touches your shoulder, and you jump like you were shocked with a live wire. You whip around to find Thomas staring at you with growing concern. Everything okay? You seemed agitated. Yeah, I just gotta head home. We've got some stuff to sort out. You know, couple stuff and all that. You can hear the tremor in your voice, but Thomas doesn't seem to notice. He just nods sagely. I wish you all the best of luck. Fights with loved ones are hard, but they turn out okay, no matter the end result. He gives your shoulder a reassuring squeeze as if to emphasize his point. Yeah, thanks for the help and advice. You hope he's right, because things are going to get dicey in the next half hour, and you really don't know if you're going to make it out of this alive. Outside, you found the storms amplified tenfold. The breeze picks up and flies through the air. Trees bend and almost break at the force of the winds. And the weather matches how you're feeling right now as you sprint across the parking lot to your car. To your left, you can see headlights of a small reefer truck blasting your car with their windshield wipers wiping back and forth. And when you get into the driver's seat and head straight for the highway, it pulls out after you and begins its pursuit. You try weaving in and out of pursuit, anything to shake them off. But no matter how hard you try, they always remain 2 tail lengths behind. It's not until the midway point that they start tailgating you. You assume this is what Adam meant when he said he had eyes on the bar. Whoever's in that car is his informant. The damn stalker. Did they call Adam as soon as you showed up? You're betting they did. How else would Adam know to call her? He knew what you were going to do before you did it. He's playing a game of chess, and now he's getting closer to winning this nasty-ass game of his thanks to his helper. Your eyes go back to the reefer truck, and as soon as you stop, you peer into the rearview mirror to see if you can sneak a peek at the driver. You catch a flash of familiar white hair. As if sensing your eyes on him, Adam's informant waves. Saffron. These 2 bastards. You're half tempted to go into reverse and ram your bumper into the grill of his truck, your hand hovering over the gear stick, fingers twitching at the idea. No, you can't. You wrench your hand away and force it back onto the steering wheel. If anything goes down, he'll tell Adam, and then your aunt's blood will be on your hands. You need to stay compliant because now there's more than one life at stake here. Yours and hers. You need to play things carefully. It's your best shot at making it out of this alive and without bringing any more harm to your family. You take a deep, shuddering breath. Stay calm, stay collected, and try to stay safe. The rest of the drive feels long and torturous as you force down your hectic thoughts. The thunder booms in the skies while wind tugs at your car, and your heart thuds well over the speed limit. When you finally reach the trailer park, everyone's lights are off, either asleep or out drinking. You pull in front of your aunt's mobile home and step out as the reefer truck stops behind you. They keep their lights on, illuminating your way as you walk up the steps. You hesitate before knocking. There's a pause. Your breathing almost seems as loud as the rain. What awaits you behind this door? What have you come to find? When there's no response for over a minute, you almost consider knocking again. Then the locks start clicking. Click. He's in there. Click. Where will you run? Click. He's going to kill you this time. Click. Death is here. Your time is up. You test the doorknob as soon as you hear the last click. Inside, the lights are off, and glass crunches under the soles of your shoes, and with each step, you feel like you're suffocating. He's here. He's here in the same room, waiting, watching. You can feel his presence in the dark, lurking like a monster sizing up its prey. Why isn't he saying or doing anything? Usually he can't shut up because he loves hearing himself talk so much. At least from how he presented himself on... Oops. I guess it's time to save again. He swallowed a lump in your throat and dared to speak. I've done what you asked. I'm here. I'm the one you want. Now let my aunt go. You wait. Nothing but silence. You try peering through the darkness, searching for a silhouette, but everything blends together in odd shapes. You reach out for what you think could be him, but your hands land on the messy dishes from earlier. Where the heck is he? Your hand goes to your hip. waiting for him to tackle you to the ground like he did last time. Adam? You take a step back, wondering how he's managed to conceal himself in such a small space. Is he going to springboard out from under the table like a toy jack in a box? You wouldn't put it past him. You get ready to check under the table, just in case, and turn towards it. Something brushes your ankle and you yelp, taking a few steps back. Lightning flashes, allowing light to appear through the broken window. You realize that's where the glass came from. And as for what's near your ankles, you scream at the same time thunder booms in the sky, lightning illuminating the room once more. Your aunt lays there motionless on the ground, with her body covered in blood that soaks through the ground carpet. And above her stands Adam. He holds onto one of her arms while the other goes to scrub the streak of blood off of his clothes. He finally speaks. His words drip with poison wrapped in velvet. Well, well, well. He steps over Ruth's body and drops her hand, his pace slow and dangerous, like a hunter on the prowl. You take a step back, but hit something in the process and tumble onto the floor. You stare up at Adam's wide frame in horror as he traces a hand along the curved edge of his knife. He then bends down to your level and tips your chin up with the point of his blade. His forever cruel smile returns as he continues. It looks like I finally found you, my elusive little pest. Oh no, I was right. Oh hell no. Nope. I said we'll end after I finish the chapter. No. Oh, no. Nope. Quit. Yep, I'm sure. I'm not ready. Okay, that was a ride. Okay. Oh, my start. Okay. Okay, we made it to chapter 2 though, guys. We survived.